At the moment, our country's youth have an unemployment rate, and these are people below the age of 35, of 43%. And yet, at universities, they are burning down institutions. And CPUT has been shut down in Cape Town because of the actions of the students. And tied into this is student accommodation, student fees, many other things that are unresolved. And then if you look at institution like UCT, there is definitely problems within the senior management of that institution. And I'll give you a link to the 3 articles I'll be briefly discussing right now. And the question I need to ask myself is, when you give someone something for free and they don't appreciate it, what happens? Is it possible for those people to actually do something with their education? Is there a job market for all of these students that are fighting like this? And if you look at the NSFAS, where fees are given to students to study, those that aren't able to pay for their own fees, there's news now that over 40,000 students have been improperly funded, and that 5.1 billion rand is involved, of which they have only been able to claw back 2 billion. You can imagine, if you give funds to students that don't deserve it, they're going to spend it. They're not going to hold on to that money. So not even half of that money recovered. And in this first article from Business Tech, it says major university in South Africa shuts down with immediate effect. This is CPUT. Many of you might have seen the scenes on Facebook videos showing the utter chaos on that campus, and management deciding that before someone dies, it's better to shut the institution down. This is no different to what happened under apartheid, where institutions were attacked, maybe for different reasons. However, the end result is the same. Studying and learning stops. How the rest of the world sees South Africa changes. And at the end of the day, the entire economy suffers. All the middle class people, the lower income people, the people that are on grants, everyone suffers. The only people that have an ability to escape this are the people that are wealthy, super wealthy, that can leave the country if they want to, that have condominiums and places outside of the country's borders that they can flee to if they want to. Most South Africans are here for the long haul, for whatever reason that may be, and students behaving like this does not help the situation. So I'll give you a link to all 3 articles. And then at UCT we have the Vice Chancellor Moshabela lodging a High Court appeal against actions taken against him, and UCT then suspending the actions that they recommended against him, or 4 of those actions, because of this High Court action. And I'll give you a link to that article as well. But that is higher education in turmoil in South Africa, and maybe we should ask ourselves if we should change what higher education looks like. Maybe we should start focusing again on trades, schools, actually educating people on the job training, shadowing someone else that actually knows what they are doing. And a lot of these institutions, if it's being funded by taxpayers' money, you need to ask yourself, are they actually achieving anything? Can any of these people enter the job market if more than almost half of people under the age of 35 are unemployed? Tell me in the comments what you think about the situation within higher education, and whether you think that higher education is still relevant when our government, this GNU government, does not create an environment where business wants to invest and create jobs so that these people can flourish in those job opportunities. And I see videos all across the country where people are looting, rioting at this stage out of desperation, stealing things from shops, food from shops. And when that happens, desperation has hit a new level. And I'm not sure how the government will address this. The police is just standing by because they don't know how to deal with crowds like that. When the crowds are that big, as happened recently in Bellville, the best you can do is stand back, or maybe there will be another Marikana. I thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not yet. I do discuss the future of the country, looking at very specific metrics of what is taking place on the ground. And if you follow this channel, subscribe to the channel, I will keep you updated. Do consider becoming a member so that you can hear what I have to say in our membership live chats every Thursday evening at 8:30. Join us then. Do become a community member so that we can together find solutions for what is happening in the country, because on this channel we do have solutions. There's things you can do in your life and things that the country can do, things you can do during elections that can make the difference. Thanks so much. Till the next video.